Me being this humble, kind of self-righteous, virtuous person is not necessarily beneficial for the people that I love. Dude, I've lost a lot of friends in my life, and many of them I lost purposefully. And I did it for the reason that perhaps they were bullying me, perhaps they didn't have the excitement about life that I wanted, perhaps they didn't want to take the chances that I wanted. Or maybe I just moved away. Things happen in life. And the reality of it is the things that define us most are the depth of our relationships. That is the one thing that really you can't take away from anyone on their deathbed or in the moment. And when it comes down to maintaining really deep, emotionally nourishing relationships, but also substantially opportunity nourishing relationships, we need to make sure that we're establishing the core values of the relationship. We need to make sure that we have that conversation with that best friend, with that significant other, with that parent of like, listen, this is what I'm trying to do in my life. How do you feel about this? How do you fit in? And for me, most of the time, if that conversation goes something like, dude, whatever, let's just get high, or whatever, let's just go drink, or whatever, like, what are you talking about? Or it gets sidetracked, there's a very good chance that, at least for my core values, that person is not necessarily listening and paying attention to their life the way that I want the people around me to be like. Now, you might be saying, well, who are you to say what you want people to be around you like? Well, you might be saying, who are you to say that people are expected to be this way around me? And the reality is, I have been taken for granted for many, many years of my life. Okay, I'm the youngest in my family. I have an older brother and an older mother. An older mother. They have really big egos, right? And what that leads to is a situation where you might have good ideas, but they're not being taken for what they are, for their actual value. And so what I realized over time was me being this humble, defensive, maybe defensive is not the word, me being this humble, kind of self-righteous, virtuous person is not necessarily beneficial for the people that I love. If I hide my opinion of my disapproval for something that my family or my friends do, I am not contributing to my environment. I am not taking advantage of my liberty to speak. Here in the United States, we have freedom of speech for a reason, because the original founders, they did not hold their words back. They said to someone when they saw something that it's wrong or right, or that they believe in it or don't. I think we're in a space right now in society where people feel that they can get away with not having an opinion because it doesn't matter. But the raw truth of it is, you are your universe. You are the person that controls what goes on around you. And your ability to commit to that understanding will genuinely shape the world around you. And to claim that that's somehow being selfish, sure, it is being selfish. But you are responsible for studying up and getting your philosophy and getting your work ethic to a place where you feel like you deserve the ability to create your environment. So when it comes to these relationships with friends or family, these deeper things that actually make us feel loved and feel like human beings, I always recommend, first and foremost, trying your very best, if you feel a disconnect, to go and realign those values and to really talk about, hey, what are the things that I'm looking for out of a relationship? What are the things that I'm looking to do when I am hanging out with someone? What are the things that excite me when I'm going out on a weekend, right? Is it being completely taken away from my environment and completely losing myself in whatever I'm doing? Is it having a deep conversation? Is it having productive conversation? Is it building something? If we don't have the ability to communicate that, that's going to be an immediate red flag for that relationship, because you're not being able to actually hit the thing that matters the most. After that, after your core values align, and mind you, that's a very, very hard thing to find, after that comes a consistency. And the consistency is, hey, I'm busy, you have work, I have work, you have a significant other or family, I have a significant other or family. How often do we need to hang out in order to still be in each other's lives? And what does that circumstance look like? If it's once a month, sure. But where are we going? Why is that event or that situation of us coming together actually building up our core values rather than distracting us altogether? And the cadence is very important too, because I'll give you an example. If you're trying to fill a volume with a bunch of different objects, my recommendation is always to put the biggest objects in first because the smaller objects will find their way into the spaces. It's the same philosophy with the things that are important to you in your life. Most people are not spending the time to organize their months, let alone a year of their life. And frankly, we only have so many summers and springs in front of us. So it would be wise, in my opinion, to actually plan that stuff out and put those bigger objects into the volume of which you have some sort of liberty over. That means that if that friendship or that relationship is very important to you, it would behoove you to set aside time to do that first and then think about the other things. And that also shows a commitment to the relationship. It's also showing to the other person that, hey, I'm busy, but you still matter to me about as much as the stuff that I do. And hopefully that commitment is mutual. And when you show up with a sense of grace and a sense of friendship and a sense of actual excitement. There was a quote, and I'm going to paraphrase this about friendship. Joy, it's not joy, it's lightheartedness is the net of friendship, meaning that things are going to get hard. You're going to get stressed out. Your friends are people that you vent to. But you got to have a sense of when you show up, at least try to be joyful. Don't look disheveled all the time, right? Try to be presentable so that the people around you, when they see you, they're like, wow, it's really nice to see you. That you didn't just second guess this thing, that you showed up and you care about being here. That to me is my obligation to the people that I spend my time with, and I expect that back. Is that so wrong? I don't think so. There's levels to it. Now, the other thing about maintaining friendships in general is you got to realize that even if you're far away from someone, even if you're far away from a friend group, if you haven't interacted with it for many, many years or months or weeks, you cannot assume that your friendship is gone, that it somehow evaporated. Memories last lifetimes. It's very, very important to realize that just because you're not communicating consistently does not mean that that person doesn't care about you. Think about the people in your life that are like this. People that made a drastic impact on you for a short period of time, perhaps a moment, perhaps a year of your life. And if you call them right now or if you text them right now, you'd be right there again. That is the beauty of human interaction, that we have the ability to put something into someone's soul and for them to remember that and carry that as something that they reflect back on. Now, what does that mean really? Every now and then, I would also recommend reaching out to those friends, reaching out to those people that touched your lives and saying, hey, I'm thinking about you. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care.